Right then, let's get into it. Hello, how are we doing? Just bear with me, guys. Just walked through the door. Sorry I'm not late. I'm sorry I'm a bit late. I'm still full of cold, really full of cold. And we went out and probably wasn't wise. How are we doing, everybody? All right, I'm going to keep this short and sweet, I think, because I'm not feeling very well. I had a cold a couple of weeks ago, and then it's gone round all of the family, and now it's come back to me again. Right, so we're going to be looking at the latest in the Jay Slater case. So it's going to be a little bit longer than a video, but it's not going to be a long stream. Right, hang on a minute. Dismiss. Right, 41 people here. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. So I'm going to be doing a quick rundown of the latest in the Jay Slater case. There's too much to put in a video, so I'm going to just run it down in a short live stream. As you can hear, I'm not very well. Hi everybody, Toyota, Little Miss Sunshine, Mima, hello my love, Brum Vixen, Sing Blue Silver, English Buttercup, Toyota, Candice, Rose. Hello everybody, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. So there's been a couple of days since I last did. Hello, Jackdaw. Hello, Space Cat. It's been a couple of days since I last did my video with an update on this. Now, hi, Lee. First live. Welcome, welcome. Hi, David. Welcome, welcome in, everybody. Right, okay. So there's been quite a bit happening. Hi, Peaky. Hi, TMG. So there's been quite a bit happening since. The last video I put out was a couple of days ago. So we debunked the glasses. Okay. Hello, Space Cat. Love, how you doing? I know a lot of people are asking me about memberships. Do they cancel it on that one? Do they cancel it on that one? We're definitely going to have it onto one channel, if at all. I might get rid of it. I'm not sure yet. Hello, Yvonne. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Jersey. Hello, Sue. Hello, Terry Knowles Band again. Hello, Hunting the Paranormal. Right, I'm going to have to stop talking now because I need to get into it. And the people are watching the replay. Big up the replay. God, my throat is so sore. Right then. Okay. There's been quite a few things in the last couple of days that we need to watch. Now, first of all, hello, Free Speech. Hi, Nanny. Hello, Darcy. Hello, David. So, quite a few things has happened. Now, the GoFundMe hit over 50k. All right. Hello, Mo. Now, where things are getting a little bit complicated, okay, there was this guy who went over there. I think there was a couple of them. There was one called Paul and there was one called Callum, TikTokers, yeah? And they went over to join in the search. Now, where things got confusing in the last couple of days, and I'm trying to get my head around it all, is the mom, she withdrew, as you know, she withdrew a lot of some of the GoFundMe. We don't know how much she withdrew. Okay. Hi, Tina. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Jane. Hello, everybody. Free Speech. Love you, darling. Are you coming up this month? Hopefully, I'm getting my cold out of the way. Hi, Christine. Hi, Mara. Yes, so you probably see the memberships turn off soon. Right, okay, I'm going to stop reading the chat because I get distracted. So one of the TikTokers, Callum, now he said, I don't want any money, right? And the mom, when she initially took them, she took that money out of the GoFundMe before they called off the search, didn't she? Right? So they called the search off a couple of days later. Now, I said at the time, it's peeing it down here. I said at the time she should have left it in there for when the search ended. And then ironically, the search ended. So then she said she took some money out for Callum, a TikToker who was over there. Now, Callum then said, no, I haven't had any money. I don't want any money. And then there was a bit of to and froing with the mother and this guy. So we're going to get the latest on that. It's just getting really messy, and my head hurts trying to work it all out, what is going on. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the GoFundMe and see what we're at the moment, and then we'll take it from there. Right. As we know, people have been getting refunds. Right then, here we go. Welcoming everybody. Please hit the like or the dislike. We're just going to get a quick update on the latest on missing Jay Slater. He's still not been found. We can only hope. Oh my goodness.
Crikey.
Is that hail or just rain?
No, it's just rain.
Oh God, it's really coming down here. Blimey. So as we know, it was Lucy who set up.
Bloody rabbit, Rupert's out in the room.
Rupert's out. Hi everyone. Hi Ricky. Ricky. Hi Nanny. Hi North Country Girl. Hi everyone. Right. So where are we now? Let's get this up. Hi Loza. Hi David. So Lucy started this up. God, it's really coming down here. So we've got some more updates. Now, the mom, Debbie Duncan, she did an update yesterday, I think it was. Let me just see whether there was any more. Can you hear that rain? It just gets really confusing. So this is the update yesterday, okay? Hello, everyone. I wanted to give you all an update on our continued efforts to find Jay. We have been overwhelmed by the kindness and support we have received and would like to thank the local hiking group for all their help planning the routes. I'm sorry you can't see this very well. Don't know how to make it bigger. It then goes on. Planning the routes to find our Jay. We have been contacted by a wonderful group of locals who have volunteered to continue the search. While they don't wish to accept financial help for their search, we will be supporting them with supplies and are so grateful for their willingness to help. We will also continue to be contacted by experienced groups. Offering support for our search. We are busy talking to them about what they can do to assist, but in order for us to employ their help, they need to have permission from the Spanish authorities. We will be sure to keep you all updated on our progress and are so grateful for your continued support to bring our boy home. Please keep sharing and supporting our fundraiser however you can. So they're still asking for more money. So the target of 30 grand is now at 51 grand, right? And they're still asking for more money. Where are we now? So I don't know what people are thinking of this. It is looking like more and more like it really is like looking more like a fun some sort of soap opera. It really is. Some of the things that I've seen over the last few days, I'm not joking, my head hurts trying to work it all out. What the hell is going on? So I was sent some photos recently. Let me just grab them up. Hold on. Just bear with me a sec. I got in. I didn't get in till just, you see. That's why I'm a little bit, I'm not very well. And I was like, I can't really cancel it again, but I really don't feel like streaming. But you guys need to see this. So let me just send this over. Hold on. I want to get your opinion on this, you see. Now, these photos I'm about to show you were taken. Oh shit. My signal's gone on my Skybox. These were taken a couple of weeks before Jay got there. Now, if you remember, this drug mule, this Quasim Quatag, whatever his name is, he said he knew Jay loosely. Now, Lucy isn't supposed to really know Jay. Now, I want you, what was that? I want you guys to have a look at this, okay? Just bear with me. You all right, mate?
Yeah.
Mum streaming. Sweetheart, you okay?
Yeah.
Do you need me?
No, it's very intense rain.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, just bear with me, guys. It's coming through now. Okay, it's here now. Right, so I want to show you these pictures. Now, this was apparently a couple of weeks before, okay? Now, one of these people are clearly quasi, what's his face, guys? What's his face? Quasi Ayub Quasim, okay? So this was sent to me. Now, this was a couple of weeks before. Now, this is him, okay? This is this guy. Now, I don't know whether this is just a coincidence, guys. I don't know what you think, but if you look here, is it me or are all of these lads here, and there's girls as well, wearing like some sort of almost uniform, where they all have a white t-shirt on and a black bag? I don't know. What do you guys think? Does this look to you like some sort of almost uniform? Hi, everyone. Welcome in, everyone. I don't know. Let me know what you think here. Is it just me? Are they all sort of... Now, this is him, okay? Now, look at all these lads, right? They've all got white T-shirts on and these black bags. Now, I think, this is just my opinion, that these are working for him. Now, there's another picture here. Now, this, again, was the same night. Now, this, I am told, is Lucy. We have no way of confirming this. So this was a couple of weeks before Jay got there. It does look like it, doesn't it? Isn't it odd, Belinda? Why haven't you got a wrench, darling? Okay, so Lone said it's not her. Okay, so if that isn't her, which again, I don't know how we can or we can't debunk it. It does look like her. I think it looks like her. But anyway, it's hard to tell because they're in a club and there's certain lighting, as you can see. Now, whether it's her or not, the first picture does state to me, hi Candice, is that definitely you, Belinda? Now, you did, I haven't touched anyone's, right, I've just sorted it out now. Okay, so I don't know, right, okay, but if it isn't her, let's just say that isn't her, okay, those do look like that's him. I've been told that's him, confirmed, okay. What are the chances, like that it's like they're all meeting up for their, you know, to be given their work? I don't know, it does look like that, doesn't it? Okay, to me anyway, it looks like some sort of uniform. I would, if you remember at the beginning, there was that girl that said that they were all given like amounts and that Jay lost his or used it or something, right? And that's why they came for him. Now, that theory would tie in perfectly with... I just got a cold, I think. Hi, Fairy. Hi, my lovely. Hi, Saskia. Sorry, hello, Katie. I'm seeing people come in. Crosshatch. Hi, Sue. It does, doesn't it? It does look like it, doesn't it? It's Teddy here. I'm catching the odd bit of chat, so just bear with me, folks. So that to me is extremely suspicious. Okay, hi Bex. Hello, darling. You're all right. I'm full of cold. I don't know what it is actually. I've got a really sore throat. Yeah, they're not hiding it, Ricky. Hi, Saskia. So now, in the meantime, see that picture came through. Then there's been other stuff that's happened. So we're going to go through all the articles, and I've got a couple of videos as well. And then I'm going to get off because I'm not feeling great. And I said I've just got back. So this Mark Thomas, what's his face? What's his name? He's over there still, isn't he? Now, he's now admitting that there is a criminal network. So let's just see what he's got to say here. Okay, just turn the volume on.
Who was known.
Going to give us an update.
Two men that took Jay back to their rental apartment were key people to speak to. And as a result, I've now spoken in some detail to one of these men, Ayub Kasim, who was known as Johnny Vegas. And I've also identified the other male that was with him, but I've not yet spoken to him. Ayub has provided me with his account of what he says happened on that morning, Monday, the 17th of June. He says he was on the strip. Jay wanted to carry on partying, and he said he had nowhere to stay. So he said he could come back to his. They say in the car, they played music and chatted before stopping to get a drink at a cafe, at a shop, just prior to entering the mountains. He says he was driving, his friend was in the passenger seat, and Jay was in the back. They say on arrival at the rental, his friend opened the door, went into the left, and went straight to sleep. Jay walked in behind, followed by him, and when gone inside, they went upstairs, and Ayub then said to Jay, sofa's yours, here's a towel, here's a blanket, have a shower if you want. Jay asked for a cigarette.
Oh, thank you, David.
Ayub said, I've got some Camel cigarettes.
Thank
and
you.
He put one on the side. Jay then asked for a phone charger. He said, go into my friend's room, he's asleep, take his charger, and you can put your phone on charge. There was no charging point by the sofa. Ayub says he then goes to sleep and he's woken by a buzzer. Ayub says he comes down the stairs. Jay says to him, what's that annoying noise? Which was the doorbell. Ayub says he opens the door and speaks to a woman and a man, and they gesture that he needed to move his car. Ayub says he gets into his car and he's starting to move it, and he looks in the rearview mirror and he sees Jay talking to a woman. He's got his trainers on, so he's about to leave. Jay then says to Ayub, having moved the car, the woman says, I can get a bus every 10 minutes. And Ayub says, he says to him, mate, just chill out. I'll drop you off in town when I wake up properly. He went, no, I'm hungry. I need to get a scram. And the woman told me I can get a bus every 10 minutes to Los Cristianos. Ayub says, he replies, there's no bus coming. This is my green door. If you need me. He says he shut the door. Jay walks away and he goes back to sleep. He then says he gets a call from a friend of Jay's who says that he's in a ditch somewhere and he's been cut by a cactus. The evidence still strongly supports that Jay left the Airbnb suddenly, walked for 30 minutes before wandering off-road, where at 08:49 and 08:50 on the Monday, he dropped a location pin. However, as part of this investigation, we have sought to identify and speak with as many people that Jay had contact with whilst in Tenerife. The result of this digging has opened up an established criminal network with links to drugs, violent crime, and theft. You will appreciate that at this stage, I cannot expand any further on what we now know. However, at this stage, I'm unable to say if this network has anything to do with Jay's disappearance, but remain open-minded as we continue to investigate. I've had no involvement with the physical search. Mine has been the investigation. But to help, I've asked my team to pull together an interactive map which will show the areas of search, both by the Guardian Civil, local search and rescue teams, and that team have been very crucial in terms of covering areas on foot. I also want to reach out to anybody else that searched the area. Please provide me with your records of search areas, and then I can put that into a map and we can have as good a definitive map as possible. My thoughts at this time remain with Jay's family.
Right, so the other mystery man, we don't know who he is at this time, but this Mark Thomas, what's his face, as you've just seen him updating there, he says that now when he's saying he can't say whether it's related to this criminal network, I think that that's your answer. If it wasn't, he would say this is not related. The fact that he's saying that he can't say whether it is says a lot for me. So he is now saying that he's over there investigating and working with this Callum. Now, that was the guy I was telling you about. So we still don't know who this other guy's partner in crime was and what were they doing there. And it says here, in the last 24 hours, I was spoken in detail. So he's spoken with this Ayub Quasim, who is also known as Johnny Vegas. Now, you may have seen my video the other day, folks, where I disclosed the past of this Ayub Quasim guy. And he got sentenced in November to 9 years for being involved. He pleaded not guilty and he had to go to court to be convicted. And I think that didn't help him. So he probably got a bit longer. And it was drugs charges. And they were flooding Wales with Class A drugs. Now, until November, hello, Anne, I need to email you, darling. I'll do that tonight when I come off. I'm getting distracted again. So surely until November 2024, that is when your conviction is up. Now, you're usually out on half of that, depending on your behaviour, but you're still out. When you're released early from jail, you're still under certain conditions, and until the actual conviction is spent, I don't see how this guy was flying. Now, I'm starting to think now, were they not flying? Were they going on boats? Now, that would explain why these people are able to get in and out of the country without people even noticing. I don't know whether you heard what Mark William Thomas just said there. He said, we want to speak to as many people who come across Jay whilst Jay was in Tenerife. Did anyone pick that up? Whilst he was in Tenerife. Hi, Jim. Hi, New Hobby. Hi, Pete. So this is what I'm saying. I think he knows he's no longer in Tenerife. Now, there's been someone sent a video of him being stabbed on the beach and all that. I'm not convinced that that's real. Okay, there's so many, there's so many theories, and I want to try and as best as I can stay out of all that and just work on what we do know, because we could end up going to all these different theories and get to nowhere, because a lot of people are just making stuff up at this point. So that's why I'm trying to stick to the main articles, the main hello everyone coming in. Hi, welcome. Please hit the like or the dislike if you don't like the content. It lets me know what you like. So we want to try and stick to the main theories. Now, this article here, I'm going to pop the link in. So anything that I show, I'll pop the link in. Hi, Tone. Hi, Skip. It's been 3 weeks today since anyone last heard from Jay. Now, I want to get into this with Callum as well. Okay. But before we do that, now, Warren, the dad, okay, apparently he's very angry. Now, he's been raging. Everything stinks as identity of mystery Johnny Vegas is finally revealed. But that isn't the other guy. Who is the other guy? So the dad actually been out searching physically himself, right? It says Jay Slater's dad has spoken of the family's anguish and growing fears others are involved in the missing teen's disappearance, and he insists everything stinks. I genuinely do believe, and I might be wrong, that there are drugs involved. I really do. Now, looking at Lucy there, she does look like that girl on that photo that I've just shown you. She looks like she's got similar clothes on as well. And that was like a couple of weeks before. I do think that this guy is, going by his criminal past as well, there's a good chance that this guy is a drug dealer involved in drugs. Hello, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. Hiya. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Rose. We've missed you, love. Hello, Bridget. So, you know, why was this guy renting this £40 a night B&B in the middle of nowhere? Now, I would put money on that these were drug runners. Okay, I can't say for definite, nobody knows, but I would put money on it. Looking at the uniforms that they looked like they had on, they were working for this guy. And if that person that came forward right at the beginning and said that Jay had used or lost most of his stuff and that they were coming for him, these two men could have took Jay to the B&B, roughed him up a little bit. Something's gone wrong. Lucy turned up, because how did Lucy know where they were? There's no way that Snapchat of them stood there with a pair of curtain wrapped round him of his feet, that would not tell Lucy where he was. It doesn't make any sense. How come she just appeared there? Hi Leroy, hi Christine, hello everybody. And apparently they're Moroccan as well. He's not Somalian, he's a Moroccan guy. But the dad is now saying, you know, this doesn't add up. So let's just see this update here.
For days now, Jay Slater's family have fought a desperate battle for information from those who last saw the missing teen and those who spoke to him in the final hours before he vanished. Now, 3 weeks after he disappeared, the family are sharing a growing belief that others are involved in the missing teen's disappearance. His dad, Warren, led a new search at the mountainous region in Tenerife where Jay was last seen and is adamant something is amiss. He spoke to us as he left the unforgiving trail where Jay's phone last pinged and simply said, "Everything stinks." For him and the family, there are now more questions than answers. What was Jay doing with the two men he went back to a remote Airbnb with? What happened inside that £40 a night cottage? And why on earth did he set off on foot back to his Los Cristianos hotel, an 11-hour trek away? Warren described it as a riddle, but insisted all roads lead back to the two men Jay was with before he went missing, including Ayub Kasim, a convicted drug dealer who was jailed in the UK for running a sophisticated drugs operation to flood Wales with heroin and crack cocaine. For Warren, he's struggling to understand why Spanish police would rule those two men out of the investigation so early on and allow them to fly back to the UK. It remains a mystery 3 weeks after Jay vanished into thin air.
Oh, John Cena. We don't want to see that. Right.
For days now.
So that's pretty much about right. Now, the Spanish police ruled these two men out, and we haven't got the name of the other one. He got ruled out instantly, like straight away, ruled out. Okay. Now, I've said this before, right? I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Sorry. Okay. I'm back now. I just read something. Right. So, excuse me. So this before, the Spanish police knew, right? They must know, right? The police on that tiny little island with all the raves and all the drugs and all the young kids that are into all the drugs. Hi, Sophie. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Devon. They must know what is going on, and they most likely are protecting. Yeah, they are. They've got to be. They've got to be. There's no way that these police on that little island, they can't stop what is happening. Now, they do say often that there is backhanders in these sort of places. Now, the Spanish police letting them just go instantly, it just says a lot to me. So I can understand where the dad's coming from. So he says everything's going around in circles. So this article, there's the dad there, is saying it's just a riddle and I don't know the outcome. So Warren went on to say that he believes the two men who last saw Jay could be key to helping finally find him. My starting position, I've said this from day one, ask the two men who've taken him and then start from there. Well, he's saying they've taken him, right? He's saying they've actually taken him. How do we know that? These men say that he went back with them voluntarily. So which is it? And if you remember when the dad first spoke, he actually said someone's helped him down off the mountain. That's what he kept on saying repeatedly, if you remember. So we're now going to see this this Callum guy. Okay, now this is what I was talking about at the beginning. So we're just going to have a quick rundown on what's happened in the last couple of days. I've not made a video in a couple of days. I've not been very well. So we're gonna go on to this now. Now, this is the family have hit back at this TikTok star who quit search. Now, he went over there and he said, I don't want, hi Bev Love, hi Amy, hi everybody. I'm missing a lot of people coming in, but hello. We do have some mods in. We have managing mods in as well who will help out. Okay, so this guy, he went over there. He's a TikToker. He went over there to try and help. All right. And he said he didn't want any money. And he said a GoFundMe to help fund the search for Jay Slater. This was a couple of days ago, has raised almost 50k. But a TikTok user who flew to Tenerife to help with the search says he never received a penny. Right. Now, this is where things get complicated. Like I said earlier, the mum, she withdrew some of the money. We don't know how much. We were told it was about 30. She withdrew some of the money before the search was called off. Now, people seem to think, oh, well, she withdrew it to help pay for the search. No, the police were searching then. She didn't know it was going to be called off. She took the money out to fly over family and friends of people that were already there, right? This is what people forget. Now, that's what she said. And then when the police called the search off, that was quite convenient for her, because then she could say, I'm using the money to help fund the search. But no, you said, and we've got the articles to prove it, that you withdrew that money so you could bring over more people, family and friends, to support the family and friends that were already there, right? That's what she said. And then when it got closed down, she could then say, oh, we need it now for the search, when they've already spent it on God knows how many people coming over. So this guy, this TikToker, right, he said, I'll go over. I think there was two. There was another one called Paul, but we'll concentrate on Callum. I agree, Bev. It's a free holiday. So this guy here, he went over to help. Now, he didn't want any money, right? He never asked for any money. He said he was doing it all himself. Now, the mom then said that she'd paid him money. He left, and we're going to watch this little article. It's in 22 seconds. Here he is. Can't hear him. Right, so he drew it right. Withdrawn after insisting he hasn't received any money. Never had any money from them whatsoever. It's going too quick, right? So he's quit now. But the thing is, I know people are blaming him, but he didn't ask. He didn't want the money. He didn't ask for any money. They just said that he'd had it. So it says here, Jay Slater's family has hit back at a TikToker who quit the search for missing teenager, saying, "We don't need hikers, we need experts." He flew to Tenerife after contacting the 19-year-old's mother online, told Sky News he has withdrawn after 2 weeks of looking and has received death threats. Hello, Yvonne, love. Hello, Lulu. He said he and his group have not seen a penny of the money raised to help find Mr. Slater and plans to return to the UK on Thursday. Now, if I remember rightly, didn't he say that didn't he use his TikToker money to go over there? I seem to recall that he had donations from, he's quite a big TikToker apparently. I'm not on TikTok, so he said, speaking to Sly News, Mr. Slater's family said his mother, Debbie Duncan, gave Mr. Farim £740 of her own money for accommodation, but he turned bitter after they refused to give him more money. So it's another he said, she said. It's like a soap opera. It's all about the money. They said they wanted to save the funds to pay for specialist search and rescue teams likely to cost thousands of pounds, but need to wait for permission from the authorities. Have you seen the contradiction here? We appreciate every single person who's come out. He's a hiker. We don't need hiker. We need experts. This is the same mother that just a few days before withdrew all the money while there was still free searches going on to bring over family of friends for moral support. And now she's saying that they don't want hikers, that they want experts. You know, she's a walking contradiction, this woman. And I have tried and tried and tried to try and empathize with, when I watch the interviews that she does, you know, I have tried really hard, right, to try and understand where she's coming from. But it's impossible. It's just impossible. Hi, everyone. Right. So she wants experts, but she wanted loads of family to come over. So which is it? You know, you can't have it both ways. So let's just see what else it goes on. She said part of the funds will be used to support volunteers. That's not what she said, did she? Hunting for Mr. Slater in the mountain. But Mr. Fahim has told Sky News he has not received any of the money. Referencing Mr. Fahim, another TikTok user who jetted to Tenerife to help. Miss Duncan wrote, "We are currently looking after Paul," that's the other guy, "putting together a package of any equipment and essential he needs and going up to do a drop for him. We're also supporting Callum Fahim and his group with accommodation and other essentials. The remaining money will be used to support rescue teams," Miss Duncan said, "as well as her family's own expenses as we remain in Tenerife." Now, we know that that got covered, and also the British consulate are involved, and I'm pretty sure that they would be covering that. Speaking to Sky News after the statement, Mr. Fahim, who was in his 20s, stated, "I haven't had anything from the GoFundMe. We have not had a bit of essentials paid for. I've never had any money from them whatsoever, or even offers to go and pick anything up. If they had offered it personally, I would have said maybe a bit of a treat at the end of the week, but don't worry about it." Right? So I don't know. Who do we believe is the question. Mr. Slater's family disputed his account and said he'd initially agreed for his name to be included in the statement, which appears to have since been edited and no longer mentions Mr. So that they've edited out. And honestly, I don't know about you guys, but this family, I'm telling you, none of this makes sense. They said he came of his own accord and wanted help with accommodation, accusing him of wanting a free holiday. This is about Jay, and he's still missing, and we've got people crying about money. It's nothing to do with money. We sat down here doing nothing. We're doing everything. We're not sat down here doing. We're doing everything we possibly can to find Jay. He can't go off downhill climbing on our own. We would like to be. We wouldn't want to be responsible for anyone hurting themselves. I don't know what you guys think here, but there's a lot of this he said, she said, and it is looking like more and more like a farce. And it seems to be a lot about money. You know, you can't deny that. Along with Mr. Arnott, that's Paul, is one of several TikTokers to have joined the search. He said he paid to fly to Tenerife himself. It's getting very out of control. The situation is very dangerous at the moment. I've had death threats, is what he said. I had a long conversation with her and decided I'm withdrawing. I wonder who the death threats are from, the druggies, the drug dealers, or what? On Thursday afternoon, she addressed speculation. We know about that. We covered that the other day. And then she's saying, I have proof of transactions and transfers to other persons, but I should not have to justify this. So she's not going to post the screenshots up proving that she's paid because she doesn't have to justify it. You can make up your own minds. It's turning into a farce. It really, really, really is. Now, I know that right, okay. I know that there's always seems to be the mother always seems to be on about the money. I don't know. It just seems that way. This case, from the moment it started, I've got my hoodie on. I'm not very well. I'm full of cold. There's a horrible cold virus going around or something. Exactly. Well, the death threats to the police. I don't know, Jim. You see, where did the death threats come from? Right? Why haven't they been reported to police? Exactly, English Buttercup. Thank you, Space Cat. Hi, Ali. Alice knows quite a lot what's been going on as well. So Ali Harris says, the Slater family, no one is allowed to spend public money raised unless they apply and justify how, where and when the money is spent. I was a charity funding officer and DSC needs to get involved. So is that like a GoFundMe thing then? Because it is a big amount, isn't it? You know? No, I don't think it's the plague. It's just a cold. Love your curly hair. It's tied back at the moment. I washed it and just tied it back. I don't know. Now, there's just too much contradiction. It's as though the mother has forgotten that she said that, hello, Bear Britain Audit. It's good to see you, my friend. Let me give you a spanner, mate. Hey, good to see you, mate. The thing is, right, she wanted family and friends over there when the search was ongoing as an excuse to withdraw the money. Now, she couldn't withdraw the money when there was still searches going on and say it was for the searches, because the searches were free. So when she took the money out, the search hadn't been called off. So she needed an excuse to withdraw the money. And she used, I need family and friends over here to help me, to help the existing family and friends over here. Yeah. And then she got slated for that because people were saying, right, you want a free holiday. And then now she's saying that it's paying for all these other things. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's a load of people coming down with a cold. It's everywhere. Yeah, there's so... Now, I don't even know, like, the past of the family. Do they know what's going on? Do they know? Are they involved in the drug stuff? I'm not taking a test. Blimey, no way. I've never took a test. Tests are what's making... Can we not talk about this? Can people start deleting the C word anyway? Because it just causes problems with YouTube. Zoom calls. What is that for people that at home? Exactly. Kathleen says the money is not meant to be for family. This is what I'm saying. This is where it ended up going, right? Oh, that gives me a bad tummy, that does. Now they forensically searched the B&B again after we covered it on a video the other day. Like I say, I was going to put another couple of videos out, but there's just too much to cover in a video, which is why we're doing this now. So I don't know when I'll be live again. I say I'm not very well, so I probably won't be live much, but I'll be doing video updates as and when they come in. Now this is a really weird one. So this is from today, the 7th. Jay Slater search could be boosted by partridge hunting season as missing teens mum issues update. Now I've just read the update earlier from the GoFundMe. Apparently, it's I hate this partridge hunting. It really upsets me. Hunters and their dogs could provide a breakthrough in the search for missing Jay Slater as they walk through the area of Tenerife where the teenager disappeared. The 19-year-old was last seen on the 17th of June after leaving an Airbnb. And it says here, so on Sunday, this is the Paul guy, he's obviously still over there, a solo climber whose videos of his efforts to find Mr. Slater have been attracted hundreds of thousands of views, was seen searching for the missing teen. So is he on YouTube as well, guys? Anybody know? Or is he only on TikTok? No, it's not a thief. I've got a sore throat. That's what I was thinking, free speech. Is it hostage money? Yeah, Ali, I think there's something funny going on as well. And remember that they actually said at the beginning that GoFundMe had actually put it on hold, if you remember. They put it all on. Unfortunately, says the bomb, he's on all. The GoFundMe new hobby is over. Hi, Silver, have you got it as well? Is over £50,000 now. Are the dogs Cavador? Well, apparently the ones that came in from Madrid were, but we don't know at the moment. So it's been seen on Sunday. Also seen was 2 huntsmen with their pack of dogs were spotted in the same area. Oh, they're hunting poor birdies. That's horrible. So the team led by local hiker Jean Garcia and including Mr. Slater's uncle. So there's an uncle there now, Glenn Duncan, father Warren Slater. So the uncle, I'm guessing, is the mum's brother because she's got the same name as him, and older brother Zach, focused on an area of a gorge. You see, I genuinely don't think that he was ever in this area. I don't know why. I just really don't. Now, I know there's been a lot of people. I know Margaret's just commented. That's a good comment. Is wise Angela. I can't really keep up with the chat, to be honest. Is this guy, apparently they're saying he's British, but he's, yeah. There's a lot going on, new hobby. I just want to say Margaret's comment here. No, apparently they went back after Mimi and did another one. That's what I was reading the other day. That's what I'm saying. There's so much going on. And just today, I've not caught up with it. I caught up with it yesterday, but because I've not been very well, my head hurts. And it's like my brain wants to explode with all this information. I like to break things down one at a time and look into each piece of information. Now, what Margaret says there is spot on, and I do want to cover this. All right, I want to cover. There's a lot of people gone missing on that island. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to gather together details of other missing people, and why haven't they had this much or any media coverage as well? This is the first we've heard about it, but apparently they're going missing all the time. Exactly, Space Cat. Right. Okay, give me a sec. bear with me, folks. Right, now this one here, the friends have come out and said, oh my God, honestly, I'm just this cold. About 4 people I know have got this. So I'm sorry about the mail online. It's really annoying. But Jay Slater's friend has come out now and said, we ain't drug mules. So they've actually come out now and denied that they are drug mules. You couldn't make this shit up. So Jay Slater's friend, now this is this Brad, you know, the one that did the interview, and he was like, him. Isn't it? It is more mysterious, David. I think this is more mysterious than the Nicola Bulley case. The Nicola Bulley case didn't make any sense, but this one, and I just want to add as well before we get into this bit here that guy. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you. I'm not very well, no. And I went out as well. We went to the festival that was on in the town. This interview was so bizarre. On one of my yeah, I agree, Sue. On one of my streams, I'm gonna collate all of the interviews so far, and we're gonna. I agree, Katie. She is keeping quiet, and we're gonna have a look at them again, because just looking back, I was watching the video the other day. Someone, I forgot who it was, he did the Karen Matthews video, and he picked out the bits where you can tell she's lying, and we know that she was lying. Then you watch the mum's video, Debbie Duncan. It was worse. I think it's worse. It is worse. And I tried my best to not think it. I want to see the good in people. Her lad's missing. And it could be the reason why she's lying is because he's being held hostage and she's not allowed to say because they said they'll hurt him. It could just be that. Really heard, not seen. Is that true? I don't think he was ever in that B&B, Mimi, and that's why I think they were searching it to see who hasn't been there. I think Silver Warrior is a little bit behind. I think she might be behind in the stream. I hate that. So I'm just going to read this article here. So this guy here, right, he's now come out and said that he isn't a drug mule. Now, what a strange thing to come out with. I still can't get my head around this guy. That is apparently the brother. I don't care. It's not him. People keep saying it's him. The mother looks totally different as well. Do you not think? They've got lookalikes, but they just don't look the same. So this guy here, he's come out and said, who went on holiday with him, has described him as his best mate. Is there any evidence of him being his best mate? Because I haven't seen any evidence. There's not even any photos of them together, is there? These two best mates. It's put here. The people are thinking I'm involved. It's beyond me. We've been mates for years. Came on our first holiday. Unfortunately, this has happened. We ain't drug mules or whatever. People need to know the facts before talking shit on the internet. I'm sorry, but if you're going to do an interview, you're going to put yourself in the firing line. You didn't need to do that interview. If you hadn't have done that interview, I wouldn't have even thought nothing of him. But, you know, I'm catching bits of chat. I can't really keep up with chat that much because there's so many chatters in. And I do appreciate everybody watching, 633 watching. Please hit the like, guys, if you enjoy the content, or the dislike if you don't. It really helps. Thank you. So he's come out and said that he's not a drug mule, right? I just find this a really bizarre thing to come out and say. Now, if you're not a drug mule and people are calling you drug mules, why would you have to defend it? People accuse me of stuff. I don't defend it because it's not true. So what's the point? You know, I've seen the recording at the beach, and I just don't think. I think there's people now are starting to make stuff up, and I don't know. That beach video is really grainy, and to me it's not enough evidence. I might be wrong. I'll grab it and we'll show it on another live stream. We'll show it on the next one, but I have seen it, yeah. And there's people debunking it, and it's like, you don't know what's true, do you? So it's put here, people need to, you know, look at the facts. Again, we wouldn't have been looking at you if you wouldn't have done an interview that was really, really strange. So is this what you were talking about? Hang on. There's an article here. I don't know if this is it. What's this? The County Lines Connection. Fred Kelly reveals the growing links between missing teens, final hours, and the criminal underworld. Is this what you were talking about? Probably was a paid interview. Yeah, exactly. Lucy's only supposed to be 18. 18. And look at all. And someone said she's got a kid. Now, if that is her kid, and the mother has the... I'm sorry. Yeah, BS Media. That's what I was watching the other day. Is he the one who you're talking about? So it says here, as night falls, the Papagayo Beach Club descends into a cauldron of noise and narcotics. Now, again, the police know this is going on. So but she's on holiday all the time. They know this is going on. So why don't they do nothing about it? Oh, I can't read it. I have to subscribe to the Mail to read it. Can't read it. But he talks about the criminal underworld that I can't read because they've you have to sign up. Really, Ali. Lucy's a freelance model and a minger. Oh, come on. She hasn't got 3 kids, has she? I know I've got nothing against people that have children young. I'm not going to judge people, but why would you be on 12 holidays a year without your child at 18? That doesn't make any sense. I'm just finishing my tea. Right. Has she really got 3 kids? Surely not. Right, let me just grab. Now, this Peter, I'm going to get this one up now. Hold on. This Peter Blexley guy, he actually... I'm not going to watch the whole thing because it's quite long. But he actually came out and apologised. He said, I apologise to those people who said that there was more to it. Because if you remember early on, they were like, oh, well, you know, he's gone missing. It's just a simple case of, you know, he got lost and there's nothing else going on, blah, blah, blah. And he actually came out, I think he was on GB News the other day, and he actually said, I apologise to all these so-called conspiracy theories because you were right. You were all right. Now, the Rolex watch thing as well, I think it might be a red herring as well. Anyway, I'm not going to show you all of this, but this is what he's been talking about. This is his analysis, is Peter Blexley
and
guy.
it said, think murder.
He's an ex-Met detective, I think.
Until proven otherwise.
Somebody must have seen something. Somebody knows where he is. You know, somebody may be keeping him against.
I don't know about you guys, but like I say, I think we should revisit some of these. Yeah, Rolex can mean something. I don't know. We should revisit some of these interviews because this was the first interview. They get worse. They get worse and worse and worse. The interviews do. I don't know, Ali, what you think about the mum. She doesn't. It's really strange. This was before she got out there, I think, or it was the day after he went missing.
Against his will, I don't know. There's all sorts going on in my head. Honestly, it's just awful.
I don't know.
Did anyone find that really bad? Like terrible acting. Like, just look at this again. Look.
Somebody may be keeping him against his will. I don't know. There's all sorts.
She keeps closing her eyes like she's thinking, right? She's like she's thinking all the time. Something going on. Something seems off, but she's constantly like closing her eyes, blinking. You can see that she's thinking all the time. When you're lying, you have to keep. I agree, Ali. Ali's just said there, something's really off. I think Karen Matthews was more convincing. I'm not going to lie. I can't help it. I just can't. I can't help it. Like I say, I don't want to suspect her. She's a mum, but it's just weird.
What's going on in my head? Honestly, it's just awful.
There's no tears whatsoever. You wouldn't be sat there in an interview like that. I'm sorry, but you wouldn't. If your kid had just gone missing a day before, what is it?
It's what came from today, but I'm sorry, I don't know what.
It does say. Oh, to the person that sent some Amazon birdie stuff, I won't name them. Massive thank you. Oh, we needed that so much. Oh, guys, thank you. Thank you so much. To the person who sent that. Okay, yeah, so sort of been missing a day, and she sat there doing a sit-down interview. You'd be hysterical. I'd be on the floor screaming. I'd be like climbing up the mountain. I can't even imagine. I cannot imagine. Yeah, the eyebrows were done. The eyebrows have been tattooed on, right? So let's... Yeah, it's just weird. Let's look this one as well, like...
I don't know what to say anymore. Obviously, everyone wants to come home. I'm praying he comes home every night.
I just want my body back. That's it.
This is really weird.
I just want my body back.
No tears. No tears. Am I being harsh here? It's such a strange. They're so weird. It's so weird. It's like overacting. It's really weird. Really strange.
On the sun-drenched holiday island of Tenerife, the vibrant beats of a dance festival gave way to a chilling mystery. On June the 17th, a 19-year-old Brit vanished without a trace, leaving an island shrouded in questions and a family desperate for answers. But how long will it be until they get them? Join me as I dissect the baffling case of missing Jay Slater.
Isn't it a little bit early to be doing that?
It's maintaining that several lines of investigation are still being seriously assaulting a young man. For this serious matter, Jay was sentenced to an 18-month community order, which featured 25 days of rehabilitation activities and 150 hours of unpaid work. So clearly a substantial punishment which reflected the serious nature of the crime. So on the...
Someone just... Ali, this is what I wanted to look into, really.
Sunday night, before Jay disappears, at about 8:30 p.m, he sends a Snapchat of him enjoying himself at this dance event. And not long after that, he leaves in the company of two men who are older than Jay, by all accounts, and have a vehicle. And they drive to the north of the island.
The question is, why would he go back with them? Now, we know that Lucy was there's been photos taken of her, thank you, Willie, after she reckons she went home because she was tired. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. She was tired. There's that possibility, Mimi. There is that possibility. Yeah, I wouldn't let my kid go there. I don't care. 18 or not. Yeah, Ali, can you send me an email, darling? Do you have any information? I agree, Nanny. He's all right. Sometimes he gets on my nerves a little bit. But he did apologise. He did actually apologise. Now, we know a lot of this. I want to have a quick flick through some of these interviews.
Yeah, and that Jay appears to slip.
He goes, I'll ring you back, I'll ring you back. 'Cause I think someone else was ringing him.
Right. What's he saying here? Hang on.
And Bradley can see that Jay is in a sort of rocky, rugged outcrop type of area, and that Jay appears.
Oh, I think he's lying. Now, there's a video that some guy has gone there and filmed all of that terrain, and there's no slipping. It's flat. It's totally flat. Yeah, there's a few pebbles, but this. The thing is, right, if your phone was that low, you certainly wouldn't be making video calls, messing about with your mate.
Taking Snapchats.
No, before that.
Oh, sorry.
You're doing it again. Before that, he had a video call with this Brad guy. And then Brad said that somebody was trying to get through. Now, this doesn't make any sense because Lucy said that he rang her, but Jay, according to Brad, called off because somebody was ringing him. So this got all of it. Not one interview makes any sense to me. Not one. Are Unity calling?
He goes, I'll ring you back, I'll ring you back. 'Cause I think someone else was ringing him. And
he just sat there with chewing gum, rough, like just rough as anything. He doesn't. I just don't. This just doesn't look natural to me. He's not even like. If you're going to be on the news, you don't sit there and chewing gum, acting like that, do you? Hi, Johnny Bunny.
Look at you. Probably, if you're thinking like me, you would have went back up and started walking around the path again.
At 8:30 that morning, Jay calls Lucy May. He tells her that he's got 1% battery left on his phone.
He don't believe that.
He's thirsty and that he doesn't have a drink. At 8:50, Jay's phone powers down. It's run out of battery life. And Lucy May, soon afterwards, makes a missing person report. The Guardia Civil begin their search later on, close to the point where Jay's phone powered down.
It is old school Lancashire accent, and that's not what I'm on about. I'm on about the chewing of the gum, the disregard for any. How can I put this? There's no sense of self-awareness, you know, like he just sat there completely not bothered by this. The way his body language, everything in that interview didn't look interested, didn't look like he wanted to be there, kept on blinking. It was just a weird interview, and so far I haven't seen one appeal from the family to the public, sat down during a press conference. If you can see this, please come home. Even Sharon Matthews did that.
On Tuesday, the 18th of June, Jay's mum, Debbie.
Who's that?
Is told about her missing
son. Who was that then?
Son, and she very quickly gets on an aeroplane and flies to Tenerife. It's also on this day.
He went missing on the Monday morning, but she weren't told till the Tuesday. Is that right? Interesting.
That she receives a Snapchat message saying that her son owes a lot of money and that she's never going to see him again. Now, on that Snapchat message, apparently, was the telephone number of the phone that had sent that. By this time, Jay's disappearance had become widely known about, and certainly in the UK. And
Hang on a minute. He just said that the phone number was on there that sent that. Well, you would think so, wouldn't you? Yeah, GGG, that's what people are saying. So it's actually good, this is. I'm skipping through some of it, right? Because some of it we already know, right? But this is quite interesting, seeing it all broken down like this, right? No Snapchat message. Yeah, have you noticed how they sort of stopped talking about that? It was like they tried to cover it up, that Snapchat message. It was bizarre that. It wasn't as big, it was like big news, and then it was like tried to get covered up a little bit. And where are they? Why haven't they shown these Snapchat messages, you know?
Social media gossip was already kicking in. So I think that was probably more malicious, sent by somebody with nothing better to do in their sad life.
She got that on the Tuesday. She only found out that he was missing on the Tuesday. I'm not thinking it was malicious. I'm thinking that it's more and more. I'm thinking that their family were going to go for the ransom and say there was a ransom, because the GoFundMe was set up too quickly, way too quickly. That GoFundMe didn't make any sense. Like, he'd only been gone 3 days and they set up a GoFundMe asking for 10, then it quickly went to 30 grand. This was right at the beginning. What was the money for? It didn't make any sense. There was no money needed, but the GoFundMe should have started once all of the resources had stopped from the Spanish. That's when you start funding, or just before that, you know. It's so weird. So we're going to keep going and listen to a little bit more of Peter breaking this down.
Rather than somebody who actually knew what had happened to Jay.
We'll ring the number
by
back.
Now, on the Tuesday.
Surely police can trace the number what sent her the messages. It's not hard. Hello, Joe Cool. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I'm full of cold at the moment, mate.
The Guardia Civil, the Spanish police, have started their search. And on about the Thursday, they searched a 22,000-foot ravine, a vast area, and also caves, some of which had the nickname from the locals, the Badlands. By now, there were so many journalists there speaking to local people that stories of other people disappearing in this kind of area were beginning to surface. A woman who ran a cafe said that cyclists sometimes disappear in this very difficult terrain and that their bodies are not found for months. Well, regardless, the Spanish police did continue the search, and at one point they had extra dogs drafted in from Madrid. So they were clearly doing as much as their resources would allow them to do. At one point, apparently, Lancashire police offered their assistance to the Spanish police, but they turned that down.
Blame them.
And I suspect I know the reason why. Policing is all about control. The minute you draft in another police service or another law enforcement body, you surrender some of that control, because you don't know exactly what they're going to do, and you don't know if they are going to start communicating either with families or with the public by doing press conferences. So I think the Guardia Civil were very, very loath to surrender control of this search, this investigation in any way, shape or form. And besides, let's remember, Lancashire police manifestly failed to find Nicola Bulley. It was members of the public that found her body, tragically. So perhaps they don't exactly have a glittering reputation when it comes to finding missing people.
As you can see, there's a bus stop literally a few paces from the house itself. That is where he would have got the bus back down south to Los Cristianos, where he was staying.
On Saturday, the 22nd of June, a member of the public comes forward saying that they believe they saw Jay at 6 p.m. on the Monday that he'd gone missing, in company with two men. Now, the Guardia Civil were not able to confirm that, and the mayor of the town where this sighting apparently was says Jay is most definitely not here. On the Sunday, a GoFundMe account, which had been set up by Lucy May and is still open should anybody want to donate, after only 3 days, it surpassed its target of £30,000. It's a lot of money, and it caused a lot of gossip, rumour and speculation as to what that money would be used for and what were Lucy May's motives. I've seen some of this gossip and conspiracy theorising, and I have to say some of it is particularly hateful and entirely unnecessary. In amongst all of this, a grainy CCTV image is released. The police apparently scoured that area, finding no trace of him, but they also released some more information about the two men that Jay had left the musical festival with, got in the car with, and driven to the Airbnb in Masca. I found it unusual that within the space of about a week and a half, the police have gone from these men have no relevance to the inquiry to suddenly releasing more details about them. Could it be that the Guardia Civil, as time went on, were thinking, we put all our resources towards searching the mountainous terrain? Could it be now that we should have been looking more broadly at all options?
Peaky Blinders, the whole Madeleine McCann case made no sense. From the moment it happened, Gordon Brown got involved and literally took over that account. All of that, what happened. I don't know whether you know about that. But the big wigs were involved in that from day one. Yeah, no press conference at all. It makes no sense. Right. What's Ali saying? I don't know. A young man who had been on the drugs for 3 days would then, with no food, set off to walk 11 hours. Exactly. It makes no sense. There's no way. There's no way on earth that there's just no way that it happened like that. You know. As Richard D. Hall covered this, it's not, his channel's gone. Well, don't be here then, son. Do one. If anyone doesn't want to be here, they don't have to be here. Yeah. Whether you're trolling or you're just bored, you know, there's like what? I think there was 30 million channels on YouTube last checked. Why would you want to be here? It doesn't make any sense. If you don't like it, why are you here?
Options.
The search is over. There's no longer any sign of police in this rugged, beautiful, but treacherous part of Tenerife.
On Sunday, the 30th of June, the police announced that they were calling off the search for Jay in this rugged, mountainous area. I can't speak for the family, but I'm suspecting this must have been a crushing blow. The practicalities are that they cannot search forever. They have other commitments, other obligations, other crimes to investigate. And so therefore, at some point, it does have to be brought to a halt. But their entire investigation was not over, because TikTokers and other people, particularly a TikToker called Paul Arnott, were on the ground doing their own investigation work.
So guys, this is the location basically of Jay's last 3 words to GPS signal. Now, from what we do know from Mountain Rescue, we know that that GPS signal was sent pretty fast. There's a few other things that I'm working out right now, which I'm not going to talk too much about on social media, but there's a few other things I'm working out. I'm building a timeline.
On the same day, Tuesday, the 2nd of July, a journalist spotted 2 plainclothes police officers with forensic overshoes over their day shoes coming out of the Airbnb. And a local witness said they'd gone in there apparently at about 9 a.m. and stayed for 2 hours until about 11 when the journalist spotted them coming out.
Hello.
This journalist approached them and they were pretty tight-lipped.
Martin.
But to me, this is potentially very concerning. There's a saying with regards to the gathering and the preserving of forensic evidence.
That's a good point when people are traipsing everywhere. But then they were asked to go. They asked for people to go over. Sid, I'm pretty sure I messaged you. Did I message you on the Lost and In There? I can't remember. I'm guessing you know the news, Sid, yeah? It's really weird, Sid. How are you, mate? I missed you.
That you only get one chance to get it right. Now, this Airbnb had been taken off the market. You couldn't rent it between the time that the 2 guys left.
Isn't he in Paris,
and
Julius?
Tuesday, the 2nd of July. But had the police been there before? Had they forensically examined the property before? And if not, why not? A good couple of weeks had gone by. And surely, if the police had taken an overview of this case, that we will consider every option and we will examine every possibility rather than perhaps solely focusing on the mountainous search.
There's a cat in the garden. Hold on. Hang on. Sorry about that. The cat keeps coming in. There's a cat from over the road, and it's trying to get the hedgehogs. It was just, has it gone? Has it gone? Keep catching it on the cameras in the morning. Sorry.
Then a full and thorough forensic search of that Airbnb property would have taken place almost on day 1 of the inquiry.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that's been done, but we surely would have heard there would have been lots of activity of forensic examiners going in and out the property. People would have been seen in full forensic suits, including masks and the such like, and there has not been one mention of any of that kind of activity, nor have we heard about any vehicle being seized and being forensically examined. There's a saying from the old murder investigation manual, and it said, think murder until proven otherwise. I understand why the Guardia Civil may have focused on the mountainous area. After all, it's where Jay's battery went flat. He had no drink. He was thirsty, unfamiliar territory. It would make sense. But by the same token, you have to keep a completely open mind and examine all other possibilities.
So I've arrived back in Masca, and it's a bit of a nightmare, to be honest, guys. It's a bit crazy. The police have been called on me.
TikTokers,
what?
Snapchat detectives, people who go on X and Facebook and say what they think are an everyday part of major crime investigations these days. Law enforcement have got to get used to this. In fact, they've got to embrace it, because I'm sure that in amongst the gossip, rumour, the hateful and unwelcome nonsense, there are some nuggets in there. So I think on each and every occasion, an officer should be designated to go through all of the social media traffic. Of course, the officer in charge of the case needs to push all that to one side, to ignore it. Don't listen to the noise. Don't be distracted by it. Follow the information. Follow the evidence. Go where that takes you. But it would be very useful to have an officer poring over all of the other traffic, all of the social media chit-chat, because who knows, maybe buried deep within inside all of that is a golden nugget that could be very useful. Let's look at some of the theories. The most obvious one, definitely as far as Spanish police were concerned, that Jay got lost, disorientated in very rugged terrain, a mountainous area in which he was completely unfamiliar, and that unfortunately...
He was the one that dismissed the entire thing. And then he then backtracked and said, actually, you're probably right. Oh. Yeah, as if one officer could do all of that. I'm just reading. Where is Jason Rothwell? I don't think he got to Masca. I really don't. I'm not convinced he was ever at that B&B. I think they probably took him there on their way. Well, thank you, unknown stuntman. Yeah, I'm not into the readings, folks. All right, there's so many people. Look, some of it may be true and some of it might not be true, but I'm very skeptical of that. And I'm not saying there might be some that are genuine. Sorry, like Wise Angel is very good at what she does. But I have to go by the evidence, and I can't be going down roads off readings, because, you know, we need to look at what we know, and I try and get any little bits off the internet I can find and back it all up with sources, you know, try and link everything that I've got hold of.
He may have passed away out there.
Oh.
Another one is that he was kidnapped.
I don't believe he was lost. I'm sorry. No, there would be something there. There would be a shoe or something, hair fibre. Even if animals had got him, I'm sorry, there would be something now.
I'm pretty happy to discount that, because kidnaps are usually accompanied by ransoms. And we've heard no such mention of that, apart from the nonsense message sent to Jay's mum very early on in the inquiry.
We wouldn't know, though.
And another question that a number of people have spoken about is that it would have been an 11-hour walk from the Airbnb in Masca to where Jay was staying. He'd missed a bus, apparently, but there would be another one along in a couple of hours' time. Why was it, if this is the case, that Jay chose to walk? A question that I've been asking myself, and I remained puzzled by, is why didn't Jay, after his phone battery is virtually running out, he's got no drink, he's missed a bus, why didn't he go back to the Airbnb, knock on the door, and ask those two fellas, if they were still there, to charge his phone, have a drink, have a rest, and wait for the next bus? We don't know. And the harsh reality is we may never know.
Well, that's the thing, you see. Now, if everything they're saying to us is true, right? So let's just say, for example, all of what we've been told so far by Lucy, by Ayub Quasim, or whatever his name is, all of them, if all of that were true, then why wouldn't he go back in? He wouldn't go back in, because he know, do you know what I mean? Like, he'd be scared, is what I'm saying. Did he escape from the, like, I don't think he ever got to the B&B, but let's just say he did. Did he escape from the B&B is the question. You know, this is what I'm saying. Did he escape and run away? None of it makes any sense. But there's another article here that this is from a couple of days ago. But like I say, I've been quite unwell, so I've not really been doing any video. I will start doing videos again on this, but I don't know whether any of you missed this one. Who's Jay Slater's pal Abe Quasim, convicted drug dealer who's sorting leave flat alive? What a strange thing to say as well. He left here alive. That just says, that speaks volumes, that he knows that he's dead, and that is nothing to do with me, bruv. So here he is here, right? Drill Rapper's crew. He's pals with drill rapper Potter Paper. What?
Serious. Hey, I want to say alhamdulillah. Thank
there he
God.
is.
Always rest in peace, my nan and my aunt. That's first and foremost. Like, I do this not lightheartedly, and this means the world to so many people more than me. I want to say happy birthday to my son as well. I come too far to turn back. I'm going too fast to slow down. I know when you're in.
What's next for you?
Did you see that? So,
serious. Hey, I want to say.
So there he is there. I don't know when this, the Mobo Awards, I don't know what year it was from. I don't know.
Alhamdulillah,
current. But he's involved in drill rappers as well. And it looks like he was in a video.
I want to say happy birthday to my son as well. I come too far to turn back.
So it looks like he's in a video. YouTube Potter Paper. So Potter, yeah, I'm not down. It is a racist awards show. Can you imagine if we had a music of white origin? You couldn't make this shit up. I've never agreed with that award show. But anyway, so he was apparently in this drill rapper crew as well. So it says here, and another thing is, how did Jay up in Lancashire get to meet this guy? You know, this guy who lives in Barking, who is a convicted of drug offences. He was a ringleader. Yes, he was actually the ringleader. A ringleader of a London-based gang dealing heroin and crack cocaine in Cardiff. So he was in charge of the whole thing. He owns Potter's Gardens in Tenerife. Really, Ali? There you are, Julius. So he reckons his friend of him. I don't believe for 1 minute that Jay, a 19-year-old lad from Lancashire, who was just randomly going on his first holiday with his mates, just so happened to be mates with this guy. Now, I would put money on he met them on holiday through Lucy, and he was doing some work for him. There's no way that these two would be mates unless it's to do with drugs. So the Sun can reveal that he's closely connected to a legal cannabis cafe on Tenerife, owned by his childhood friend, acclaimed drill rapper Potter Paper. A source told The Sun, Ayub is one of Potter's main guys. They go way back and were friends in London. So hang on a minute. If they go way back, was this other guy? Yeah, it's all links back, doesn't it? Yeah, that was really strange. Really, really strange. Wasn't it? Hi, Pam. What, he left alive. Yeah, it's not looking good, is it, Julius? But I still try to remain hopeful. But I can't work out what's going on with the family. That all their interviews are so strange. Either they know where he is and it's a scam, or they know that Jay was involved with drugs and they know what's happened to him and they can't let on. So it says here, they both grew up in Barking and mixed in the same circles. Once Potter opened up the cannabis cafe in Tenerife, he decided that Ayub was the guy to run it. Now, again, you've got to wonder, this guy, right, he's still in Paris, Julius. This guy is still serving, even though he's been let out early, he's still serving a 9-year sentence for these drugs offences. And they were serious drugs offences. So why on earth is he living in Tenerife? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I can imagine Toyota Rona. It's a shame, isn't it? Why is he living in Tenerife, running a bloody druggy calf? It doesn't make any sense. Are you still in Paris, Julius? So it said initially it was claimed that Jay went back to the rental with 2 men he met on the night, but Quasim told reporters that Jay was a cool guy who he knew through friends. Remember what Lucy said? Lucy said that they just met. Well, apparently they're saying he's British. He's got a British passport, but that's about it. So there you go. That again, it's all messed up because Lucy said that he just met these two, and this guy says he knew him. So which is it? How would you know he's a cool guy? His friends had all left him. So clearly Lucy and this Quasim, Johnny Vegas, his nickname was, had never spoke to each other to sort this out because they both contradict each other. She said that she wanted to go home early and that Jay wanted to stay with these 2 men. And he said, I know him through friends. I'm not going to bring someone back to mine if I don't know them. So strange. We don't know, Hassie. Cannabis calves are legal. Doesn't matter if they're legal. Where did I say it wasn't legal? They're still druggy calves. How are they not drug right? Is cannabis a drug? Is it illegal in this country? Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's legal over there. It's irrelevant. Somebody who is under a conviction in this country and is still convicted until November this year, he's still serving his 9-year sentence. It doesn't matter if he's been let out or not. He will have travel restrictions, and I highly doubt he'd be allowed to run a calf in a different country. Now, I'm pretty certain you can't even stay over in Tenerife for more than 90 days. So how on earth is he able to stay there that long to run a business? Doesn't make any sense. It's fine if it's legal for probably people that don't have a conviction for trying to flood Class A drugs into another country. This is what I'm starting to think he's got a fake passport, or he's gone on a boat. Anybody else's YouTube just have a fit? Mine just had a fit and threw me out. Doesn't make any sense, does it? Well, that's what I'm thinking. Why is it right? So you come in, right? Have you got anything to add other than, arguing and picking out words, what I'm saying? Have you got anything to add other than it's not a druggy calf? Yes, it is a druggy calf. It's a calf that sells drugs. If something's legal or illegal, it's still a drug. What is there not to understand about that? Hi, Freeside, how you doing? I know they are. But you wouldn't be able to, I don't care if it's legal. King of Bongo Bong. Who cares? That's irrelevant. What the fuck? Look, you've clearly just come in to troll, right? Arguing about the words of a drug. Like, we're not talking about alcohol here. Oh, for God's sake. Right. The cannabis calf is not CBD, right? You can buy CBD here. But anyway, going back to this article, it says, and I will quote in the article, right, that this Potter guy, he set up, right, is closely connected to a legal cannabis calf in Tenerife, right? Calf, cannabis, druggy, calf. It's irrelevant whether it's legal or illegal. The point I'm making is it's a druggy calf. And at the end of the day, if he had these convictions, you wouldn't even be able to go there. You wouldn't. I don't understand. Can anybody know this, right? Can anybody tell me, if you've got a conviction, are you allowed to go to travel? Of course it is, Ali. If it's legal, if it's the cannabis is the legal, can you imagine what else they're putting through there? Thank you, Silver. It's just idiots. Just get rid of them. Mibby says can't travel. Just said it's a con. I'm glad you've come back, Druss. Yeah, he does have a conviction. Yeah, we covered that. Hello, Selena. How you doing, darling? Covered that one before. But yeah, you've just come back, haven't you? Thank you, Silver Warrior. So if that's you, the police must know what's going on, right? The police over there must know. You imagine, right? All of the drug. No, the other, right? Johnny Vegas is a nickname for the Azib Quasim. I didn't ban you. Weren't me. I've been having to go through unbanning people. Stoner. Well, they're still drugs. Doesn't matter if they're legal or illegal. Yeah, of course it is, Sam. Hi, Kingsley. How you doing? Just reading the chat. Canary Islands fame. Yeah, so when you've got a legal something, you know there's going to be other stuff going on over there. And at the end of the day, oh, shut up, Druss. Actually, no, I'm not in charge, because I'd be streaming and I'd leave my moderators to do whatever they were doing. Anyway, moving on. So this guy went over there with his mate. Now, you know that drill music. Again, there's all drugs connected to that. That's just a fact. This cafe could be... this cafe could be a cover for God knows what going on. And again, this is the thing, right? What people don't seem to understand. Why is this guy over there involved in this? It doesn't matter if it's legal or illegal. It's illegal over here, and he is serving... Hello, Lindsay, darling. He's serving a sentence. He's just laughing in the face of his conviction. That's just a fact. No, I haven't seen... I've seen some of the Lucy texts. Yeah, Druss is all right. Leave Druss. He's just silly. I hope yeah, Bex, they need to be going to look. Will the GoFundMe get released? Good question, GG. I live in Spain. It's allowed, you can go to. Yeah, I know it's legal, but I'm talking about this guy, right? This dude, this Quasim guy, he is still on a conviction until November this year for being a ringleader of a drug ring, involving crack and heroin, and he was trying to flood Wales with she's on Instagram as well, for trying to flood Wales with Class A drugs. So he's already been convicted of that, and he's been let out early. He shouldn't even be leaving the country at this point. Exactly, Bex. He shouldn't be out of the country, let alone running these sort of cafes. And like, the police must know what's going on over there. They must know. Hi, Susie. Hello, darling. No, I wouldn't go. Yeah, he's obviously quite high up. But what gets me is that there's no justice. Like, he's got a 9-year sentence. He's been out in what? He got out in, I've been told, 4. Someone else said 2. Did he, Claire Louise? That's interesting. Yeah, it is. Yeah, for medical purposes, it's legal, Cherries, yeah. As long as you get a prescription, which isn't hard to get at all. But people are like arguing over whether it's legal or not. That's not what I'm saying. And a lot of these are covers, you know, they're covers for other things. It's like, the more you look down, the more you go into this, the more bizarre it gets. Jeff, it's the check's done. If he gets a trip, this is the thing, you see, there's all yachts around there. I know they are. Yeah, it's true. Thank you, New Hobby. Thank you, lovely Jubbly. That's exactly my point. That's what I was trying to say, is the fact that he's convicted of that. Plus, you can't be over there for more than 90 days. Paul says the amount of drugs taken from tourists by police. Yeah, the thing is, the police have got to be taking, hi Steph, the police have got to be taking backhanders, in my opinion. They've got to be, because how on earth is all this going on without them? They're either stupid or they're taking backhanders. You know what I mean? Come on, Emma. Oh shit! What was that? Right, just hold on a minute. What the hell was that? Oh, right, okay. Right. Right, sorry, just give me 1 sec. Sorry, I'm just looking at something. I'm getting distracted. Right, ignore. Don't get distracted. Right, where's the chat gone? Why has the chat disappeared? There it is. Right, okay, so there's a couple more articles and then we're going to call it a day. So I'm not been very well. I got a busy week next week as well. So I'll probably go back to making videos for a bit. Let me just get rid of this. Right, so this is another short video, and this has got that Peter Bleksley in it. And on here, they actually say it's as though Jay doesn't want to be found. So I thought this was quite interesting. Again, we're not going to show the whole thing, but I just want to have a quick flick through this video. Listen to this.
Was going on in Tenerife with the missing teenager Jay Slater. And let's get straight to it with one of my favourites, Peter Bleksley, former Met Police detective. Peter, they could have really done with your help, I think, over in Tenerife. I mean, I've been following this story, you know, around the houses, and I've come to my own conclusions. But let's just go straight to what your conclusions are.
If the traffic on social media, which is vast, is anything to go by. And this story, of course, has opened itself up to so much speculation because there are so many aspects to it that are very much more than the facts as they were first released. Nearly 3 weeks ago, it was a 19-year-old teenager who's a Brit has gone missing. And then the story grew and grew and grew. And every day there is complexity.
Like, why were those two guys who he went back, he met these guys there, apparently. There have been other allegations that perhaps when he was seen carrying that little convicted drug dealer, not just sort of, you know, a small-time cannabis pusher, but someone who got, was it 9 years sentence? Someone who's really not the kind to be messed with. There's something about a missing Rolex going on. He's seen leaving that Airbnb. He could have gone down the road to a village straight away where there was people, there were bars, there were restaurants, public transport. He knew the next bus was coming in 2 hours. Instead, he hot foots it up a mountain. That to me seems like someone who doesn't want to be found. He doesn't want to be seen.
Well, hot footing it into the mountains is, of course, the working hypothesis, to use a British policing expression, or the theory that the Spanish police, the Guardia Civil, worked on for 2 weeks while they conducted their searches.
Did you read that then, the garbage bill? So what she's saying is he doesn't want to be found. Is that someone who doesn't want to be found? I don't know what you guys think of this. Why would he do that? Now, another thing, what Peter, I think Peter's getting at there, and it might, I don't know if it's just me, but what I think he's getting at is he wanted to get away from that B&B, no matter what. He wanted to get away. And I think that's clear. Now, before I go on to... Hold on a minute. I'm cold again now. See, I'm hot and cold. I hate it when I'm poorly. I had this a couple of weeks ago, but it weren't this bad. Yeah, we went to that thing today, you know, that event thing down the road. Right, okay, I'm back. Right. Yeah, so are they saying that it doesn't want to be found? I just want to hear what Peter says here.
Is in that very mountainous and difficult terrain without finding any trace of Jay.
Exactly.
I think the Guardia Civil chose that theory because it suited them. So, okay, there were indicators that might actually have been what have happened. The low battery, where his phone pinged from, he had no water, and the conversation, the apparent. Those pointers would indicate there was so
disappearing. Right, I'm just going to listen to a bit more of this.
Are reputed to be quite fond of a few euros that might not necessarily have been paid directly into their bank account by their employer.
There you go.
However, what the the mayors and all the kind of establishment of Tenerife want people to do is to keep going there and spending their money, just like the drug dealers want people to keep going to Tenerife and spending their money. And this story, I think what it has highlighted is that, like with so many other places in the costas on southern Spain, there's mafia, there's gangsters, there's criminals, there's drug dealers, and I will be looking elsewhere for my summer holiday location.
It is interesting, isn't it, that these two guys who were at the Airbnb are allowed to fly home, the Spanish police straight away, or Tenerife police straight away, go, nothing to see here. They just said he had come. There was May. They gave him somewhere to stay for the night and they bid him farewell in the morning and nothing to do with us. And then flew home early. Then they didn't look into or fingerprint or do anything in that Airbnb property. Nothing, like you said, nothing was done in that regard. You're right. Oh, poor kid, took a load of drugs, a bit drunk, wandered off into the terrain and got himself lost. Oh, well, shame. I mean, what the allegations you're making is basically there might be powers that be with a finger in the pie, so to speak, when it comes to how all this is being coordinated. If their own interest is quite extraordinary. His mother, of course, received that Snapchat message, didn't she? And the first thing she did is come out and say, look, you need to be doing something about this because I've got a Snapchat message saying you won't see your boy again. He owes me a load of money. And that seems just being like, oh, well, shut up. She don't know what she's talking about. And that was sort of shut down. Then there's this funny GoFundMe for like £30,000, a very specific amount to be asking for. You don't pay the Tenerife police to do their investigation. So why else, literally, the moment he disappears, do they need £30,000? I mean, what is your take on the lot of this, Peter?
She's asking the right questions, though. This is the first journalist I've seen who's actually asking the right questions.
Well, the GoFundMe has topped £50,000 today. I checked it only just an hour or so ago. And we know that 2 plainclothes Tenerife police officers were seen coming out of the Airbnb this week, over 2 weeks after Jay had disappeared. And they had forensic overshoes over their day shoes, for want of a better expression. Now, with regards to the collection, preservation and retention of forensic evidence, any experienced detective or forensic scientist will tell you you only get one chance to get it right. Were they going back to that property 2 weeks perhaps after it might have been thoroughly cleaned in readiness of more clients? Are the police now thinking, oh, well, there was so much that we could have done, should have done, but didn't, that we'll try and minimise any future embarrassment? Or are they going to maintain their current position, which is that the search is over, they've got nothing more to say about the matter, would everybody kindly go away? Because I think there's one or two things here. The Guardia Civil, the Spanish police in Tenerife are either incapable or unwilling to solve this story.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say it should have been investigated as a murder investigation rather than just a missing person.
Well, it can't be done as a murder investigation because that would mean that you're saying he's dead straight away. So I don't agree with that being a murder investigation straight away. But, they ruled out fair play straight away. So that says a lot. And this is another one that was interesting. Again, sorry about all the ads, but and just see what. Hang on, I think this is it here.
It is day 18 in the search for missing teenager Jay Slater. Forensic police in Tenerife are now focusing their efforts on the Airbnb property where the 19-year-old reportedly stayed before he vanished. The search has been called off, but the police are still trying to track Jay's movements. So let's cross live to Tenerife to speak to senior global reporter at Mail Online, Nick Pisa, who has been doing a brilliant job, Nick, and no doubt this is keeping you awake at night to work out what's happened to 19-year-old Jay Slater. Does it feel now, Nick, as though it's slowed down in terms of the story here? Because it seems like there are different...
off for the past 2 weeks, or almost 3 weeks now, since Jay went missing on June the 17th.
And they have insisted that they will remain here. And even though the physical search for him on that mountainside where his phone last pinged is over, the police, we should say, have said that the investigation remains open and they are continuing to pursue all avenues. They won't tell us what those avenues are. So it's a bit difficult to know what exactly they're looking for, whether there is a criminal aspect to it. But to go back to your original question, yeah, Warren, that's Jay's father, and his mother, Debbie, have said that they will remain here for as long as it takes, so they can find out what exactly has happened to Jay.
They have an interesting relationship, of course, at the moment with the world of the media, not just the mainstream media, but like us, but also with social media, and how that can be a necessary evil, a harm and a hindrance, and also a benefit for them. This £48,000 that they've raised, just look at this GoFundMe money, Nick. They say they're going to help to keep some TikTokers out there, aren't they, who are effectively doing the job of the police.
Yes, and that's sort of that this afternoon. There's a slight twist in that. One TikToker who they named on their GoFundMe page yesterday, who they said they were helping, has now asked to be taken off that update on Facebook, saying that, or he alleges that he hasn't received any funding at all, and he's had to pay for it all out of his own.
So the family said originally then that they had sent money to this guy and they hadn't. But the reason why I wanted to look at this article, and I hope it says it, if not, I'll read it, that this guy says that there's no way that phone could have pinged without being thrown. Just listen to this bit.
Own pocket. The other TikToker, Paul Arnott, he's a dedicated hiker and mountaineer. He's saying he's also self-funding, and he's insisted he doesn't want anything at all from the family. And I must admit, I've seen him up there several times, and he seems to be the more serious, shall we say, out of the two. He has experience in climbing in Scotland and various other places all over the world. So he is still out there. He still has the backing of the family, but other than that, there is no active searching up there. And the family are saying that all this, they're saying it's unnecessary background noise, all this speculation that there is on TikTok, on X, on Facebook, or everywhere. They're just saying it is hampering the police investigation, and they're also they're hurt with some of the comments that are really deeply personal and offensive as to what may or may not have happened to Jay. And they've said, look, please stop, put yourselves in our shoes. You know, if you wouldn't say this sort of thing to a member of your own family, why are you saying it to us?
Nick, his friend Lucy May Law, she's only 18. She's the girl that he was there with as one of his friends, and was the girl who said that she spoke to him on the phone and he had 1% battery left. Why has she not spoken to the media? Do you know? Because it's sort of her absence that is then raising suspicions that possibly they were up to no good.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have to be very careful what we say, but I mean, she did, to give her credit, she did speak initially to the media. She gave a couple of TV interviews without showing her face. She was filmed from behind. I spoke with her several times on the telephone, and I met with her twice in that first week. She told me that, she'd come out here with Jay. She'd been on holiday with him. She'd gone to this New Rave Generation festival with one of his other friends called Bradley Hargreaves and another boy. And she says that, yes, the last she saw of him was on the early hours of June 17th at Papagayo's nightclub, where he said that he was going to go on to this house with these two guys that they'd met while she was going to go home. And then, as you said there in your intro, she received a phone call from him about 8:50 in the morning saying that he had 1% left on his battery, and he was in the mountains, lost, dehydrated, and trying to come home. But yeah, since she spoke then, we haven't seen or heard anything from her at all. We understand that she has been questioned by the police as well. But again, we should stress there is no suggestion that she's involved in his disappearance at all.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. No, I think that's really important to point out, Nick, actually. It's just, at the moment, it feels like there are so many possibilities of what could have happened to Jay. And it feels it's very difficult, isn't it, to narrow down what they are. It feels irrational that he would have wandered off the path and into the hillside when he was just trying to get home in the morning, having been up possibly for 3 days. Why didn't he just wait for a bus? But therefore, why was his phone in that bush? And just we're up against the clock a bit, but in terms of the location of that phone, am I right in thinking it's incredibly specific?
Okay, so this is the bit what I wanted to listen to. Okay, there's a hedgehog outside on the. Just keep an eye on that horrible cat that keeps coming. It's after all the birds as well. Yeah, listen to this bit now.
The ping went from.
Yeah, so they're saying that it was in this area of Masca, it's in a Masca Gorge, so down a mountainside. But I've been speaking to a British Army reservist who went up there.
It's where it pinged from, though, David. That's why it pinged from there.
Spent the weekend up there. He actually found a pair of sunglasses, which he handed in to the police. The police have said that they're not Jay's. But again, he pointed out that the police were back at the Airbnb the following day after he found the sunglasses and after he'd been asked to come in and give a subsequent second statement about exactly where he found those sunglasses. I mean, I can only assume, and I think it's probably an educated guess, that maybe they were looking for some sort of DNA or fingerprints in the house to match those glasses, rule them out to the investigation. We're not obviously being kept up to speed. But yeah, he did tell me that he thought where the ping came from was rather surprising because it was really steep to get to and it was covered in undergrowth and cacti. And he said to get there, you'd have to need a machete, or he suggested someone had thrown the phone into that undergrowth.
Well, it's certainly a mystery, Nick, and you're doing a great job.
Yeah, so did you hear that then? He said it's just like somebody has thrown the phone there. So the phone may have been thrown. Yeah, the exact location that it pinged from was from a bush. But the thing what doesn't make any sense is, where is it? Where's the phone now? They haven't found the phone. So if it pinged from this exact location in the bush, it's been lobbed, hasn't it, basically? This phone has been lobbed. So this was like 2 days ago. I think this was Thursday it was, sorry. So it says his own theory is that he has been overcome by tiredness. Rubbish. I don't think he's up there in the mountain. They would have found something by now. Even if the animals had got him, which is a horrible thing to say, if he'd passed away and the animals had got him, then there'd be some evidence. There'd be a bit of clothing. Remember, they've had dogs up there, drones up there. And another thing is, let's not forget that this is off the back of that Michael Mosley as well. Now, he disappeared. Is it a coincidence that Madeline McCann went missing and then Sharon Matthews, the daughter, Shannon Matthews, the little girl, just after the Madeline McCann case, and then Michael Mosley disappears on holiday, and then this happened, so I just find it strange. And what I liked about that Talk TV presenter was that she was asking the right question. Like, why would the next day there be this GoFundMe, and why for 30 grand? And it's finally good to listen to somebody in the media asking the questions that we're asking. So it says here, an ex-British Army officer who found some sunglasses. I thought that Paul... Is Paul an ex-army then? Paul found them, didn't he, and put them in a plastic bag in tissue paper. Was asked not to put them in a plastic bag, but to wrap them in tissue paper. He handed them in and he had to give DNA and fingerprints. Well, we've already looked and they don't look like they were belonging to Jay. But my question is on this is, why on earth, right, why haven't they got the mom's phone and looked who sent that Snapchat saying, give us this money, otherwise you're not having your son back, or you're never going to see your son again, right? And why haven't they taken Lucy's phone to see whether she was really called? There's no evidence that I know of that she was ever phoned. I don't think that he never rang her with 1%. I don't think Jay's in those mountains. Let's follow the theory that Roman Oh, you know who the name is of the other one, and Quasim went for you, Laura. Ali, you don't give interviews, do you? Because you've been doing a lot of work on this. I know you passed me a lot of information, but you don't do interviews, do you? Because you're a lot more in depth than me. Who's this Roman guy then? So we do know the name of the other person, the other mystery man. But think he is on his own. He's gone now, hasn't he, as well? You would think, wouldn't you, Loan and the Louvre Foundation, that he would have. Right, I've been going for over 2 hours and it goes so quickly, so I'm going to get off now. No vultures, but there are buzzards, but buzzards don't eat. No. But is there not other animals out there? Is there not like wild cats, prairie dogs and stuff? I don't know. Yeah, you wouldn't say 911. Right, I'm sorry. I thought his name was Brad. Wasn't the speculation that Lucy had actually called Jay? Well, this is, I don't know. Now, we know that Brad said there was a missing call. None of it makes any sense. Right, Roman owns the B&B. Now, this is what I was getting confused about, because Ali was explaining the link between the mayor. Right, Penny, no, I'm in the middle of my own case. That's it, sorry, but we'll go public soon, but it's dangerous. Okay, so we'll keep you out of the way then. I don't think Lucy would. Lucy said 911. Like, Lucy's English, she's not American, so why would she say that? They would still be, exactly. No one has found anything. But what I don't get is, it's like the Michael Mosley case made no sense either. They had drones, dogs, helicopters, search, mountain rescue, and he was at the side of a bar behind a little wall with his legs up the wall. Come on. But people have forgotten about that and moved on to this. Maybe this is all a diversion away from the Michael Mosley case, because no one's talking about that anymore, are they? I'm hoping that the truth does come out. I hope to God we find out what's going on. Yeah, good luck, Ali, with that. It's so good to have Rose back. Rose, did you have a nice holiday, darling? No, 911 isn't in. 911's in America. The thing is, Lucy's always in Spain, so she would know what the international. I think it's 112. Is it? Is it 112? It's not difficult. There are Egyptian vultures in Tenerife. You didn't have a nice holiday, Rose? Oh, darling. Darren, there are vultures. Yeah, it's horrible even thinking about that, isn't it? You know, this is someone's son, but we're just trying to take emotion out of it and be realistic. And if that were the case, he did pass away, there'd be clothes and stuff. There'd be a scent. There's been no evidence that he was ever there. So just to double check before we finish, do we know the name of the other mystery man? Because very early on they were saying that it was a father and stepson. That is what I was told early on. 444 watching. No, it's gone back up to 450 now. Vultures don't eat sunglasses. No, but they would eat the person. Yeah, who is Mark and Jonas? Oh, I'm lost. Oh no, Rose. I've just come back from Gran Canaria, says Brum. Right, hold on a sec. Sorry, I'm just looking at something. Where's Ellie? I've not seen Ellie for a while. Hope you're okay, darling. Right, hold on a sec. Right. Sorry, I'm just looking at something on my phone. Yeah, so unless anyone knows who that other one is, hi Debs. Does anybody know who that other one is? The other mystery person? Because that is, to me, that is the biggest question. Oh, come out of that now. Right, anyway, thank you. Thank you to our members. As I say, one of them, not sure which one yet. On. Right, hang on a sec. So anyway, I've had a few people contacting me asking me which one to cancel. Some people have just cancelled. I don't know who wants to be on what. I don't know, but I'm probably going to take them off. I'm probably going to take them off this one, I think. I know Candice doesn't want me to take them off the other one. Right, he could have Kim. He could have been put on a boat. We just don't know. All involved. Do you know any more about that druggy calf that I triggered so many people by saying it? It isn't funny how Quasim, Johnny Vegas, and Jay Slater have given proper sentences. Yeah, that's a very good point. That hurt. Exactly, a very good point. All involved in drugs with wide real estate, timeshare, money laundering. You got to wonder though, Ali. Oh, I love you more, Beck. You've got to wonder though how this guy was able to. Okay, Ali, thank you. You. Why is the sound on? The sound's not on. You've got to wonder why this guy was allowed to go there. Why was he allowed to travel if he was convicted and set up a cafe? When you've got out, you can't stay in Spain more than 90 days at a time. You need to see the video of the druggy calf. Really, I'll have a look into that. I'm going to go now. I've been on for a long time, but I am going to get off now. But that's interesting. So what's the name of that cannabis calf again? Is it Potter something? Is that right? Potter something? Money talks. Yeah, it does. It's making me think that he's been allowed to go over there by people over here. You know, how high up does this go? Potter's Garden. Right, I'll look into that. Anyway, I'm going to get off. Thank you for joining me. Please hit the like button if you enjoy this sort of stuff. And I just want to say a massive thank you to our members. I'm probably going to move them all over. But, well, they turned this on. I didn't ask for this to be put back on. Do you want this over here or do you want it over there? This is the question. I've been doing a lot more over here at the moment. What's Julius saying? Please show Penny. I can't see his comment. It's gone off the screen. Right. Thank you again. Anyone's got any information, send me an email. I do read them all. I might not reply all the time, but I do read everything. Hi, Steve. Take care, Kathy. Thank you, New Hobby. I'll be. It's just a cold. It's come back on. It's come back on to me. It's gone round us all and it's come back. Right. These drug workers work off social media. It's easier to link them up. Yeah, to think that I think, yeah, all this drill music, rap music, that being involved does not surprise me. Take care, Lynn's love. Good to see you, darling. And that's it, guys. I'll see you all. I'm not sure when. Okay, Deb's love. Not sure when, but I will be back live. I'm not sure what day yet, but look out for some more videos. Thank you, Sid. Did you? I sent you a message. Did you get it? You know about Niniwig, don't you? It would be his probation officer's decision if he's allowed out of the country. But if he's been there setting up druggy cafes, then Siobhan, then surely, right, it would have been past the 90 days. No, night, Bridget, love. He's only allowed to be there for 90 days. You can't stay any longer than that without getting a special type of like a short-term visa. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Take care. Lots of love. I'm going to send Anne these x-rays now before I forget. Ricky, take care, mate. Yeah, I think I'll do it on the other one. Hi, Richard. Yes, you can. Yeah, these are left up, Richard. Can we can have them on both channels? Oh, I know. I don't really want them on both channels though, darling, because some people end up paying twice, and a lot of people like to be in one or the other. So I'm definitely getting rid of them on one. I might get rid of them on both. I don't know yet. But yeah. All right then, guys. Take care. Lots of love, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.